Happy Chanukah, everybody! Happy Chanukah! It's a great privilege and pleasure to be at the very first Chanukah lighting, the very first menorah on public property in Sussex County, ever, to the best of my knowledge. And I think I have a little bit of knowledge of that after about a year dealing with John Eskelson. We went through the whole thing, and John is a great guy. He persevered, he got the whole thing through. Really like to thank John, the town of Newton, the county of Sussex, for this extraordinary opportunity. Menorahs are placed throughout the United States and throughout the world on public properties, and this is another way of expression of showing of an emblem, of a sign of freedom and of light and of liberty for all of us, and we'll talk a little more later about it. We'd like to express our thanks to all the distinguished guests which have joined us today, the Sussex County freeholders, the Mayor of Newton, which have gracefully joined us today. And without any further ado, would like to ask the Mayor, Mr. Ricciardo, to address us, and then to light... Ricciardo. Richard, I stand corrected. But you're on television, Richard, so what...
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you.
Rabbi Devav and all in attendance, it's an... What is it? Oh. He's Italian tonight. Thank you for asking me to be here. It's an honor to be among you. After the joy of being invited here, I realized that my knowledge of Hanukkah and the menorah was very, very limited. So I contacted my good friend Richard Miller for some advice, and after our conversation, I knew I had to do research to find out exactly what was going on. When I did my research, I found facts about Hanukkah and the menorah. I discovered that my knowledge was very limited. While doing the research, I was drawn to the writings of Rabbi Peror. As I read his writings, I discovered that the Jewish people have been compared to grapevines by him. One reason for this is that the people like vines are weak and delicate. However, just as the vines produce sumptuous fruit, so does the Jewish nation bear fruit in its performance of the commandments and the study of the Torah. I need light. The three vines described in Joseph's interpretation of the Pharaoh's butler's dream represent the three ingredients necessary to properly carry out God's dictates in the Torah. One must be his thought, his speech, and his actions dedicated to the service of God. The threefold significance in the vines holds true for another reason as well. It compares your performance as a lamp. In order for a lamp to work properly, it must have three components: the lamp, the fuel, and the wick. The lighting of the menorah on Hanukkah signifies a miracle that happened in the temple when one flask of oil, which normally lasts 1 day, kept the lamp lit for 8 days. It has been said that the miracle occurred because the Jewish nation dedicated every fiber of their being to the proper service of God. The menorah signifies total dedication. May this menorah on the green in Newton remind us of the strength of the people of Israel. Their will to serve God has been the strength used to endure for decades, time and time again. May this strength and the lessons learned from your strength be an example for all of those who see this menorah tonight and in the future. Thank you for the privilege of being here. It's my honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to ask the mayor to light the shamash, which is the service light of the menorah. And we hope it's not too much of a challenge, but we will manage. Just keep it on. The menorah signifies, as we just heard, some very profound concepts, and just to share one of them with you, the menorah was, the festival of Chanukah was a time which, similar to the festival which our country is celebrating, the festival of Thanksgiving. Very rare that Thanksgiving and Chanukah come together, the first day of Chanukah and Thanksgiving come together this year. And there is a very profound message, both these festivals of Chanukah and the reason for which the Thanksgiving festival was inaugurated had to do with religious freedom, had to do with people who wanted to have the right to have their faith and have their practice in a setting of freedom, in a setting of liberty, and you had those who were their adversaries who did not want that, who wanted to stop them from doing that. And Chanukah is that festival where we have a small light. The menorah does not project tremendous light, but a small light eventually will dispel darkness. And the founding fathers of our country knew this and felt this, and this is what propelled them to create and to found a country which would give the opportunity for the Almighty, for God to be part and parcel, and not just part and parcel, but the very foundation of our country. Every dollar bill, every coin would carry the name of God, and God, the Almighty, the creator of heaven and earth, would be the foundation upon which this country is founded. And hence the festival of Chanukah, the victory of the freedom of belief and the freedom to pray, the freedom to practice in whichever way, in the way that one's forefathers had, is the hallmark and the foundation upon which this country has been founded. And having a menorah on county property is only something which amplifies and gives us a greater strength and greater courage that this message and that this idea will be something that will be part and parcel of the town, of the county, and of all those who live in there, that there is an eye that sees, a hand that writes, and an ear that hears everything we do. And we are all cognizant, each in our own way, each on our own track, each through our own gateway, should all be cognizant and should all be aware of the Almighty who creates us, who looks after us, and who is out there for our good and for our well-being. With this, we will commence with the actual lighting of the Chanukah menorah. I'm all right. The menorah is the electric menorah is with electric. So far, John didn't want a fire going for 8 days on the green, but we will light the menorah at this time. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvosav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim lavoseinu bayamim hahem bizman hazeh. As we mentioned before, we are very pleased to have our distinguished guests, which include 4 of the Sussex County freeholders. It's a little cold, but we have some soup. So if one of the freeholders we can have the privilege of addressing us, we would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Rich.
Thank you. I'll keep it quick.
First of all, I want to thank Rabbi Dubov for inviting us here tonight. It's exciting to be here for the first lighting of a menorah on Sussex. It is cold on Sussex County property. My hope is that this will become traditional in Sussex County, a celebration not only of the holiday but of our diversity of community here. And happy Hanukkah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, there is the Chanukah traditional donuts and some hot soup to warm you up out there in the gazebo. Do enjoy a happy Chanukah. Just one last word. Anybody who would like a menorah, would like something to light with the Chanukah similar to this, please come forward. We do have, and anybody who knows somebody who could use a menorah, again, please do come forward. Although we have lit the menorah here, this is something public, but everybody should light at home. It's something for the home, it's something for the family, and everybody is encouraged to light at home. Tonight is the 4th night of Chanukah, and it goes till the 8th night of Chanukah. A happy Chanukah, and we thank you all very, very much for coming. And as our freeholder said, this will, please God, become a tradition. Thank you. In the gazebo.
There's a light in the window that shines across the years. It's a light that can't be dimmed, though it may be blurred by tears. There's a light in the darkness that's lasted for so long. It's the light of the Torah and those who know her song. There's a light in the window that burns into the night. It's a light that can't be dimmed, though at times we may lose sight. There's a light when you're surrounded and you need some way to rise. It's the light within the children and the truth that's in their eyes. Shine on, little candles, softly, softly glow. You've the power to enlighten and let the whole world know that the light of the menorah in the temple of your soul is the light that was hidden in a garden long ago. There's a light in the window that shines across the years. It's a light that can't be dimmed, though it's often blurred by tears. There's a light in this exile that's lasted for so long. It's the light of a new day and the coming of the dawn. There's a light in the window that burns into the night. It's a light that can't be dimmed, though At times we may lose sight. There's a light when you're surrounded and you need some way to rise. It's the light within the children and the truth that's in their eyes. Shine on little candles, softly, softly glow. You've the power to enlighten and let the whole world know that the light of the menorah that was hidden